This is Jerry Wattenberg, Managing Director of the consultancy company JTW International. Jerry, you've been watching the results as closely as we have. We think we did a fairly good job because it is subjective. Did we get it right?
Well, I think, you look at the information, you look at the guidance, first off, and you make a gut reaction to what it's going to be. But then after you dive into the numbers and see a little bit more, it's not so clear that you can announce an earnings gain, but yet when the gain is due to remarking of debt, for example, or not reserving too much for bad loan losses in the future, the numbers don't bear it out.
We are seeing, what the Q25 showed us is that the companies that, by and large, are preparing themselves for recovery. They are slashing costs, but there's a difference between slashing costs to meet your numbers and slashing costs to become lean and mean.
Well, I think the big thing is also companies that are used to restructuring and have been through leaner times are actually more aggressive to get the cuts going. So if you compare, for example, Microsoft versus Intel, well, Intel gave guidance that they thought it was improving in terms of the PC sales, and Microsoft said, they were unhappy with their software sales, so they have a completely different opinion.
Do you believe that the earnings season is on expectations at the moment, that companies are just about where we would expect them to be?
Well, I think the revised earnings expectations really made it that it was a low bar to beat. And
well, that's the point. It was a low bar to beat.
Yep.
But are they matching it?
Some are, and some are still falling short. Everybody thought the banks would, continually produce good results, and yet not all of them came through. And some came through with flying colors, and some did not come through at all.
How do we justify numbers for things like IBM, Kimberly-Clark, Boeing, big companies that frankly should have guided us to where they were going to have problems, but didn't, and so consequently took the consequences when they failed?
I think what you're seeing is the rapid decline in the economy and the change in consumer sentiment means that it's very, very difficult for very large organizations to gauge what the consumer is going to do, and corporates the same way. So each quarter you're seeing companies roll back their costs, and then in turn you're seeing the impact upon real live industrial companies.
When all's said and done and we get S&P 500, I suspect that the cut in profits will be somewhere between 20 and 30%, maybe a little bit more in some cases, but an average of 20. Is this the last quarter, do you think, where we will see a fall in results, quarter on quarter, whereby the market will be forgiving?
Well, I think you're going to see certainly inconsistency across the market, as you're seeing already today. So I don't think you're going to have one clear winner and one clear loser, but I certainly think you are going to see probably earnings start to improve slightly from, albeit lower levels, but I don't think you're going to see exponential growth of 20 or 30 or 40%. Not yet.
All right, well, do you have a... Are you a...
I'm a red guy.
You're
Sorry.
a red guy. Pessimist. Sorry. I think he's just eaten caterpillar. Right, Jerry, many thanks indeed.